Welcome to Fireborn Family Lives and our second episode. In this episode, we're diving into the playful world of Inuit Playstyles. From their adorable antics to their sometimes mischievous behaviors, we will explore what makes these dogs so unique and why their playstyles are so varied, almost as varied as their personalities. Today we are joined by Ciri, Talvi and Tempest, who are sleeping around me as I record this episode, so please expect dog sounds in the background as usual. But that's not all. In our Fireborn blog update, we'll share the latest on Ciri's pregnancy. She's due in 4 days and we couldn't be more excited and anxious and nervous, preparing everything we can so that we're all ready. We'll also give you an update on our ongoing battle with the tick invasion. And of course, we can't forget about Talvi, who is showing off her adolescence with pride. I'm Danny, and along with my husband Chris, we've been lovingly owned by our Fireborn Northern Inuits for most of our adult lives. Our mission to preserve, develop and perfect the incredible Northern Inuit dog. We want the whole world to hear about them. We are a part of Northern Inuits International Unleashed Breeding Club, whose high standards and breeding strategy align closely with our own. We are working with other amazing and dedicated breeders across the UK to achieve our aims. So, let's dive into this heartwarming, informative and hopefully entertaining chat and talk dogs unplugged. Northern Inuits have as many playstyles as they do personalities. Generally, they do love the rough and tumble style the most though. They will mostly activate this playstyle when they are playing with a similar breed of dog or dogs belonging to the secret group who understands and similar size. Picture this, they grab each other by the throat and drag across the lawn or channel the inner wolf by grabbing necks and legs, trying to shake or topple each other. And if that's not enough, as they are generally big dogs, they like to use their size and strength, so they activate their juggernaut mode and charge full pelt into one another, or human beings. I've almost gotten used to being flattened in a field by these charging nitwits. You're really good at dodging the running bullets the longer you spend with this breed. The scariest moment, a charging pack of 7 nitwits coming at me full speed, and this is talking about incentive to move quickly. I have posted a link to a YouTube video in the episode description with Northern Inuits' idea of a good rough and tumble. They also enjoy a game we call Teeth Game, a canine version of Hot Hands. They make funny growling and screeching noises, baring their teeth and trying to catch each other while avoiding getting caught. If you are noise sensitive, you might want to turn the volume down as we'll show you a short clip of the signature teeth game. Despite their size and fierce appearance, adult Northern Inuits have a sensitive sense of other dogs and people's body language. Most adults adjust their playstyle based on the other dog's size, temperament and age. Once a Northern Inuit matures, they'll sense if another dog is a puppy or a senior and change their playstyle accordingly. It's adorable to see them bow, topple over and let themselves be jumped on, played with and teased while lying down making cute growly noises to entice the play from the other dog. They are especially gentle with puppies and young dogs, letting them do almost anything. As puppies, Northern Inuits still love rough and tumble play, but it should be ideally with puppies the same age and size. We avoid too much rough play or chase games with older, faster dogs to protect their growing joints, making sure they will not exert themselves trying to catch up to the other dog. Young nitwits sometimes forget themselves and have trouble knowing when to stop, and they have had enough. We help to choose the playstyle for their age to make sure that their growing joints won't get damaged. Adolescence turns them into non-stop play machines, often being too much for older dogs. They tend to forget other play styles and settle on juggernaut or rough and tumble. Just like teenagers, non-stop partying and rock and roll without breaks and very little sleep. They don't know when to stop and need a human to help them redirect this energy into playing or other games if they get too much for other dogs in the family. But don't worry, most of them mellow with age and become responsible adults. Okay, nitwits are never responsible, sensible adults, or slightly more sensible adults. Northern Inuits enjoy playing with humans, but they sometimes forget humans are a lot squishier and softer than another dog, and play with them, well, like they were another dog. Due to the size, we always advise to teach your puppies from a young age to play with humans using a toy, and definitely in a more subdued style is important. Games like Tug of War with a toy, scent training, or Find a Treat are amazing. This is especially important if you have children, as both nitwits and kids should learn to play calmly and respectfully. We do not encourage playing with them in a very excitable manner, for example, rolling on the floor with them, making growling noises that will agitate them and excite them, or teaching them to jump up. This is because they can grow to weigh up to 60 kilos and they can accidentally hurt a human if they are overexcited. They never mean it, they just don't realize their own size sometimes and think they are just small lap dogs. We'll dive deeper into mental stimulation games in a future episode. Scent games, for example, are fantastic for keeping their minds sharp and their instincts honed. Being social dogs, Northern Inuits generally prefer play involving another dog or human rather than toys. They tend to be less driven by toys. However, some will happily entertain themselves for a while, especially with a squeaky toy. They have a natural curiosity and love to explore their environment, which can sometimes lead to mischief if not properly supervised. Just be cautious, most nitwits love to destroy toys, but some will not stop at destruction and try to swallow the pieces. Yeah, our Cora is expert at this. So supervision is the key. All Northern Inuits will leave you to clean up their mess. At the end of the day, this is what humans are good for. It's always a good idea to provide durable toys designed for heavy chewers to prevent any accidents. Again, we will record a more in-depth episode on Northern Inuit and toys. As the recurring theme of their personality is so varied, you will find that your Northern Inuit will have their own unique personality and special playstyle. The key is to know what makes your nitwit happy and incorporate it into your family life. Welcome to the Fireborn blog. So this is the part where we give you an update on what's happening in Fireborn Lives. So first and foremost is Ciri. As mentioned in previous episodes, Ciri is pregnant and due in only 4 days. We've had our annual refresher with the puppy culture videos to remind ourselves of all the essentials. Their whelping equipment is prepped and laid out, including the whelping box. We've disinfected the entire area and ensured that everything we might need is ready. The doggy palace has been freshly painted and is set for the puppies once they are old enough. And the puppy culture workbook is also out to keep us on track with all the vital training, developmental phases and activities that the puppies will need. At this stage, we don't leave Ciri alone for too long. She spends a lot of time in the whelping room with us, making sure she feels comfortable and loves being in her whelping box. As part of our routine, we regularly give her calm belly strokes, and this is linked to promoting early neurological stimulation for the puppies and helps to keep Ciri calm and reduce her anxiety. Plus, she really seems to like it. The puppies are moving a lot now. It looks like there's a party happening in there. You can see them kicking and moving all the time. We've posted a great little video on our social media today showing the puppy party. Check it out. We're now measuring Ciri's temperature 3 times a day to catch the sharp drop that comes with decrease in progesterone levels. This indicates that whelping will occur in the next 24 hours. as this drop is necessary to initiate the birthing process. This happens when puppies start producing hormones that signal to Ciri that they are ready to be born. We're keeping a close eye on this because we suspect Ciri might have a small litter, which sometimes can result in a weaker signal for labour to start. If she goes past her due date, we might consider a C-section. Ciri has been warmed with a gentle, suitable wormer, and we've been supplementing her with whelping milk, which we stopped 10 days before her due date. She's also been switched to high-quality, complete dry food to minimize the risk of eclampsia. When we feed raw, it's harder to control calcium levels due to bone content, so this approach we have settled on and been using helps minimize the risk without giving her diarrhea, which would be uncomfortable before whelping. We're making sure Ciri stays comfortable and cool in this hot weather, so our next podcast will most likely be recorded from the whelping box, so stay tuned for that. So quick tick update. Last week we've mentioned that we had a bit of a problem with ticks and that we were spraying our girls 2 times a day with apple cider vinegar and colloidal silver spray with essential oils. We are also giving them garlic apart from Ciri because she can't have garlic with her being pregnant. So for a week we haven't taken any of the little critters off the girls, so fingers crossed this will continue this way. We are still going on country walks because the girls like it and we like it. So we're trying to keep up this routine throughout the summer and see how it goes. What we're planning to do, if this works, then we'll start again in early spring if winter will be mild again. So the next point is, well, Talvi again. I'm so sorry, Talvi. But you're just so funny. So let's talk about Talvi's manifestation of inner teenager. Talvi is just under 2 years old and still very much in her adolescent stage. We're having more good days now and it's clear she is starting to mature a bit, but in true teenage fashion, she's developed a slightly annoying habit of making screeching noises whenever she gets excited. We totally understand our drama queen. She is just bursting with emotions about things like going for a walk, getting out of the car to go for a walk, or being served her dinner. Well, food is life after all. And initially I didn't think to capture these delightful sounds, but here is a recording from last week when we were about to get out of the car for a walk, and fair warning, you might want to turn your volume down. Believe it or not, this is Talvi being quieter than usual because we've been working on this for months. She's so excited that she just can't help but sing her special song. And last week I had a light bulb moment on how to manage her excitement better during the getting out of the car routine. She's calmer in the recording because we've been practicing a new approach for about a week. So here's the breakthrough. I discovered quite by accident that throwing treats to the back of the car keeps her occupied and quiet as we pull up to our destination. Talvi is a treat fanatic, so this works wonders with her. This gives me time to park, get out of the car and keep her engaged with more treats as I open the doors. By asking her to perform a familiar behaviours like lying down or touching my hand, she stays focused on tasks instead of screeching. She's not perfect, but she's getting much, much better and our eardrums are thanking her for this. With Northern Inuits, you sometimes need to think outside the box and use basic techniques to redirect undesirable behaviour into actions you want them to do. Each dog is unique with his or her own quirks, so sometimes only solutions tailored to your puppy will work. This is part of what makes these dogs so wonderfully infuriating. They constantly keep us on our toes and we are finding new ways to overcome challenges together. No two Northern Inuits are the same, and what makes them so entertaining and special is exactly that. Last thing for today is other Northern Inuit videos appearing on YouTube. So I've noticed that this year a few new short Northern Inuit videos have popped up on YouTube showcasing the breed. All of them are made by people who haven't actually spoken to anyone or are knowledgeable about Northern Inuits or done an in-depth research. While they all include general information you can find on any website, they lack the depth needed if you are seriously considering welcoming one of these amazing dogs into your family. A couple of them even used our pictures, well, without permission. If you are really interested in the breed, there is no substitute to talking to families owned by them and reaching out to genuine ethical breeders who care about their dogs and breed. We'll be showcasing our Northern Inuits at the Dogfest show in Harewood, Leeds in the UK on 7th and 8th of September, alongside our breeding club, Northern Inuits International Unleashed. So there is no better time to come and talk to us. Also, reach out if you want us to help you to get started connecting to other people who are members of Northern Inuit Dogs community. I've put a link in the episode description where you can find out more information on the Dogfest event, and we're hoping to see you there. Well, that's a wrap up for this week. Thanks so much for spending your time with us and listening to our podcast. I hope you find it both enjoyable and informative. Join us next week for more adventures, and let's be honest, probably a few misadventures too. And if you enjoyed the episode, we would really appreciate if you could give us a 5-star review. Got any comments or suggestions? Please send us a private message. You can find all of our social media accounts listed in the podcast details. And thank you again, everyone. And until next time, when we talk dogs unplugged.